Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to reading for the month of July 2022. This is a general reading with messages meant for those with Taurus in their birth chart. However, cross watchers are also welcome. Please take into consideration that roles of individuals or the energies identified in this reading may be swapped, and that the intensity of the energy or situation may vary. So feel free to take whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. We're starting out with a Celtic cross reading and closing off with an oracle card message. So here, the present situation, you have the Hermit, what crosses or complements the star. Above, you have Six of Cups. Below, you have Nine of Cups. In the past position, you have Four of Wands. In the near future, you have Five of Wands. In your attitude of the situation, you have Five of Pentacles. In your environment, you have Three of Cups. In your hopes and fears, you have the High Priestess. And the outcome, you have Seven of Swords. So we'll go through the meanings and do further clarification with more tarot cards. In terms of the present situation with the Hermit, kind of indicates that you've been withdrawing a little bit. In your environment, you have the Three of Cups, and that kind of indicates celebrations of relationships with friends, families, loved one, kind of socializing. So there seems to be some type of withdrawal, and with the star crossing or complementing it, it seems that there is either a sense of clarity that you are gaining or a sense of healing something, but either way, it kind of indicates that there's some clarity you're trying to obtain for yourself. Somewhere along the line, there is kind of something that maybe caught you off guard, because in the past position, you do have the Four of Wands, and this kind of indicates a celebration of a milestone. This is, recognition of actually setting a foundation for your future. So this can be, moving to a new home. This could be a new romance. This can be a new job, celebrating a graduation, something along those lines. But it is almost as if there is a union and partnership and part of the community that you would see in Three of Cups that would have been part of this celebration. Above, you have Six of Cups. So here it may be that what is on your mind is a sense of nostalgia, perhaps thinking about your past, kind of where things were and where things are going now. With the Nine of Cups below you in the position of the unconscious, kind of indicates a sense of wish fulfillment. For some, it may have to do with overindulgence in terms of, drinking. So here in your attitude of the situation with the Five of Pentacles, it's almost as if there is, there may be a financial situation, although there are no other Pentacles in this reading. So, but, you know, for some of you, it may be a situation where in the past there was something that was new, something that was supposed to set the foundation for your future. And in terms of the material aspects that it produced, or the sense of value that you're feeling that it produced, it's not really where you were wanting it to be. It's a sense of lack. So it could be for some of you where you're having to, save money. If you, started off getting, recently married, finding that you're having a lot of debt, or if you're starting out with a new career path, it could be that you're not making as much money now and you're needing to save. But because this is the only Pentacles, it doesn't necessarily indicate that money is the focus. And this may be more of a mindset of not having what you want, kind of looking at what, like what you don't have, as opposed to what you can have. And here it could be with the Three of Cups in your environment. These are external factors that are influencing you. It could be that you are kind of seeing other people have the ability to, buy what they want, to celebrate, to get together. And in terms of, maybe even comparing yourself to other people, and kind of really wanting, kind of being stubborn, maybe not wanting to hang out with people because you feel like they are, not showing enough attention to you, type of thing. Because you do have like this concept of self in the unconscious position. So it's almost as if it's very focused on the aspect of self, and maybe comparing yourself to others and what you don't have compared to what they have. And here in your hopes and fears with the High Priestess, it's a sense of, inner knowledge, trusting your intuition, but it's also about secrets. So to some degree, it may be that you feel that there's some secrets that aren't being revealed. Maybe it's secrets that you have, because in the near future, you have Five of Wands. And this is a concept of conflict and instability when it comes to ideas and desires, priorities even. So this could be amongst you and other people in your community, your work. This also could be conflicts that you're having in terms of what you want within yourself. And then with the long-term outcome being the Seven of Swords, this is kind of like the card of things being hidden. It's typically a liar, stealer, cheater type of card, but it also can be a card of imposter syndrome. So let's take a look. Let's get some clarification here. Let's take a look at the past with the Four of Wands there. You have Three of Wands. So some type of milestone with respect to you expanding your goals. This could be a career. This could be even moving to a new location. So you have the Three of Wands. You have the Four of Wands. you have the Five of Wands. So kind of indicates this transition of, you know, expanding outside of your comfort zone and really making a plan and kind of setting up the foundation for that, and then having conflict. So let's see what's going on with the Hermit. You have the Death card here. That is a card of transformation, of loss. So kind of indicates that there's some type of transformation, some type of transition, and this transition is something you're really trying to deal with. Maybe it's a happy situation, but you are, you know, the Four of Wands being a happy situation, but even with changes that are, you know, improve your circumstances, there might be things that you lose along the way. For example, if you got into a relationship, there's aspects of your being single that you may have enjoyed that you feel like you had to give up. You know, like having possession of the remote control or listening to what you wanted to listen to on the radio type of thing. And so it is a sense of kind of recognizing the losses that you had. And with the star, it kind of indicates trying to get a sense of healing and balance and clarity there. So let's take a look at the star. You have the Emperor. So this aspect of healing and clarity may have to do with this this concept of boundaries and kind of having control over situation, and recognizing that you know, there is a need for kind of balance and flow, as opposed to just you know, rigid concepts. So let's take a look at the Six of Cups. You have a Ten of Wands. So here, whatever you're thinking about, it could be just, you know, memories of the past in relation to the Four of Wands, or even before you took on the Four of Wands, or with Ten of Wands is a sense of feeling like you're not going to get to your destination, or taking on a lot. There is with the Ten of Wands the idea that you can complete your task, you can reach your goal, but you might also want to consider you know, readjusting what your goal is, or you know, delegating some responsibilities. So here it's kind of possibly thinking about when things were easier in the past. So let's take a look at the Nine of Cups. You have the Six of Cups. Interesting. So here, the Nine of Cups is focused on, you know, self-happiness, self-fulfillment, so that you can be in a position to really fill the cups of those around you. And the Six of Cups is about interactions with others. So to some degree, it does kind of indicate this aspect of like needing like some type of cooperation, help, assistance, and working together. So let's take a look at the Five of Pentacles, your attitude of the situation. You know, for some of you, this could be, again, I get that feeling of there's something that with this Four of Wands, where it was something that generally is seen as something to be celebrated. But you're looking at the situation as how you have to kind of give up aspects of yourself and really work together as a team, but feeling that you are more needing to do more of the work, and that kind of aspect of you living your life the way that you want to live it is now replaced with having to work together and cooperate and be in a place of balance for both people. And with the Five of Pentacles, it's almost a sense of lack of, like, this is, I don't feel like I have a place that is I can go to where I can be myself, do what I want, because you're constantly, with this other person, or have to think of this other person. And this could even be like, getting a new dog, and like having to constantly take your dog out for walks. But, kind of seems like a relationship that has gotten, maybe you moved in together, got engaged, got married, and it's like just the viewpoint of maybe a concept of independence, or being your own boss, doing things the way that you want to do it, because that's your tradition, that's the way you like it, and having to really consider someone else. You have the Nine of Wands, and that is so you have the Ten of Wands up here, you have the Nine of Wands down here, and this is a concept of really having to keep up what you're doing, get ready to like jump into action, be prepared. You're willing to do it, but you're just tired. You're just like worn out. So it's definitely a sense of like reflecting on whatever this Four of Wands situation is, and kind of feeling that it's now started, whatever this gift was, this blessing, this celebration of this foundation, it's starting to be something that's just draining you and feeling to be a burden. So let's take a look at the Three of Cups. You have the Two of Wands. Got a lot of wands coming out here. So you've got the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 9, and the 10. You don't have the 6, which is like victory and celebration. You don't have the 7 yet, which is about kind of standing your ground. Two of Wands, this is getting outside of your comfort zone, really wanting to do something different than what you already have. So, but since this is in your environment, it's almost as if these people who are kind of doing their own thing, having fun, and you're kind of having to withdraw and just focus on this other, focus on another individual and working with them and having them part of your life. This could be a coworker, but it does feel like more of a relationship. It's almost as if this environment is, if you hang out with people in this environment, it's going to make you even more so want to either want to leave this situation, or it's going to make you like resent that they're happy doing what they want. So it could be why there's this kind of sense of withdrawal. So let's look at the High Priestess with your hopes and fears here. Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups that reflecting messages of love, offers, receipts of love, romance. To some degree, the hopes and fears is that there's a sense of kind of intimacy that's going on here, but also a sense of secrecy of what you're really feeling when it comes to your heart and your emotions, that there's a concern about that kind of being revealed, maybe to some degree your heart not being in this situation. So let's take a look at the Five of Wands with the near future. You got these two. You got Five of Swords and the World card. So far you've got 1, 2, 3, 3 of the 5 cards. That didn't make sense. You've got 3 fives. Fives are about instability. It's about chaos and conflict. Here with the Five of Swords, this is about a sense of mental process of, you know, following through on what you said you do, or trying to appease your ego. But either way, you will accomplish what you want to accomplish, but how you accomplish it is a false sense of victory and is a lose-lose situation. And with the World, it seems like there is some type of completion, rite of passage. So it kind of indicates that, similar to the Four of Wands with the Worlds, there's some kind of recognition of entering a new phase of something. And here it's a sense of really it's a false sense of victory with this new phase. And this kind of indicates possibly, it still feels like this is like internal conflict, but because of this aspect of you know, messages from the heart being in your hopes and fears, in the Five of Swords and the World, it kind of indicates it could result in external conflicts as well. And then you have the Seven of Swords as the outcome. So that kind of indicates there's some kind of something that's not being revealed. You may have the ability to reveal it. It may be, you know, some, you know, thought that you have that really, once you discuss it or reveal it, it'll work out. You'll find out it wasn't exactly what you thought it was, or it might be, you know, exactly what you thought it was, and not having to, you know, kind of beat yourself up and go through this internal torment in the process. So let's see what you have here. You have the Page of Wands, another Wands. So to some degree, so the Page of Wands, it indicates wanting to express yourself, wanting to explore your environment, being flirtatious, excited about, you know, the next phase of your life. So to some degree, it kind of indicates it's supposed to be good news as well. So it may be the secret that once it's revealed, it'll be good news. But this also is a sense of like, it's almost like a child having a temper tantrum that I'm kind of envisioning. Of, I want to do this my way. I want to be able to go where I want to go, type of thing. So it could be, you know, this concept of the Emperor over here and the star, it's trying to wrap your head around this concept of being flexible when you are kind of stubborn in the way you want to do things and inflexible. So let's take a look at a message from the universe, for some advice from the universe here. You have this concept of community, and that is really kind of where your environment is with the Three of Cups, but it is kind of conflicts with your current situation of being with John, and not really that you're totally not interacting, but you're internalizing a lot of what's going on. So let's see what else we can get with this oracle cards here. You have this miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge, and this concept of community. So to some degree, if you're thinking that, you can't really, you've been withholding things from people in your life, you've been not conveying information, you've been not revealing certain things about yourself and what you want. This kind of indicates that if you really connect with those that you care about, and you recognize why it is that you want them in your life in the first place, or how they can be there and support you, then you can expect that great things can happen when you actually connect with them, reconnect with them, communicate, reveal what it is that you want to reveal. Don't necessarily look at something as what you don't have and what you can't accomplish, and looking at potential just conflict. Consider that being a part of a community, working, with the Six of Cup concept, working with others, this concept of any community and helping each other and being there for each other can lead to amazing things. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of your month, and we'll see you next time. Take care.